Hi everyone, welcome back. Today's song is Can't Fight This Feeling by Reo Speedwagon. This one's in the key of A major, so we have F, C and G sharp. I've done the proper intro, which sounds really cool, as well as the chord progression throughout the whole song. So we'll start with the right hand. Now, important positioning. E octave, we need A, B, C sharp, and these are going to alternate between G sharp and A, and also F sharp and A. So E octave is your main position. So we start with A, B, A and C sharp, E, A root, E, G sharp and B, E first, E, F sharp and A, E, F sharp, A and E, big stretch, E, G sharp and B, E first, around again, A, B, A and C sharp, E, A root, E, G sharp and B, E first, E, F sharp and A, E, F sharp and A, E, G sharp and B, E, G sharp, B, A and C sharp and E, A root, E, G sharp and B, E first, E, F sharp and A as a chord, come down, D, C sharp, D second, which is A, D and F sharp, keep the shape, move up to an E second, B, E and G sharp. So you saw how important it is to keep in this position, just alternate the middle fingers. Left is fairly straightforward, it's just a singular note. So I'll add that now and then I'll talk about the rhythm. Okay, so A, B. When you hit the A and C sharp, hit A and hold it down. Use the pedal. That took us all the way to the E first. Then get ready on F sharp, A, B, hit together on the A and C sharp like last time. Get ready on D, back to the A and C sharp. Now, hit it again on the chord, you've got the E, F sharp, A, hit it. Hold the D down, drop down, D, C sharp. Now when you do the D second, open up your hand to an E octave. Hit the E octave again on the E second. It's really pretty. And if you've got a digital piano, you can make it sound a little bit more synthy, a bit more 80s. Okay, I'll play that to speed. Okay, now we're going into the verse. So you can play these straight as halves. I'll explain when there's changes, or you can do the syncopated rhythm that you can see in the top corner. But first of all, I'll show you the chords. Left hand, you can do octaves or singular notes, depending if you can reach. So we have A root, A, C sharp, E over A. Keep the A octave, move to an E first, slide in, G sharp, B, E. Keep the A octave again, F sharp minor 7, F sharp, A, C sharp, E. Back to the E first. I'll show you the syncopation after. B minor, B, D, F sharp over B. Then drop these bottom two to make an F sharp first. So we have A sharp, C sharp, F sharp over A sharp. Then go to an E sus4. So we're going to have E, A and B. Resolve it to E root and then go 1, 5 of an E octave. Back to A root. Then an E first over G sharp this time. Go to a G root, G, B, D over G. F sharp major, drop to the black. Back to B minor. C sharp minor, C sharp, E, G sharp. D root, D, F sharp, A. To the E sus, resolve, and then this time open up your hand to a full E. So we have E, G sharp, B, E, and go 1, 1, 5, 3, 2, 1. That's the first time around. Now you can see the repeat between. So we're going to go back, talk about rhythm after. This is all repeating. Now this time you'll see the second time octave, 2 B minors, 2 C sharp minors, then D, and then E for a whole bar. Because that leads into the pre-chorus. Now, going back to the rhythm. So, I think it sounds cool like this. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. But like I said, you could just hold it 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. That's up to you. Get to the B minor. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. When you get to here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Get to the A, back to the original rhythm. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Now, when we reach here, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Show that bit again. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. B minor, first time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, E, and R. Then, of course, we know we're repeating. The second ending will be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 to the E, 3, 4, 1, 2. So you can choose a simpler way, but you're using the inversion anyway. You may as well put in the syncopation. It just takes a bit more practice. So I'll play the verse to speed. So that's the verse. Any questions, obviously with timing, just send a message. Now, pre-chorus, we have D root over D octave, whole bar, 4 quarters, play it straight. It's a bit more softer. C sharp minor, C sharp E, G sharp, whole bar. Back to the D for the whole bar. Now this bar, we're going to be on an A root. We're going to hit it over A, C sharp, E, change to an E first, hit it with E, and the E first again. Now timing for that, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. A bit trickier. If that's too hard, you can just do the A and keep the bar of A until you move to the E first. So you could just go 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Then we go to D, 3 of this, 1 E. So that's 1 bar. F sharp minor, F sharp A, C sharp, whole bar. E sus again, so E, A and B, 2 of those resolve to the E root for 3, 4. Now this bit, I added this because I think it sounds cool. So we're going to go 2 D roots with E, slide to a D first, so you're just inverting it, so putting this note up to the top, invert it again to a D seconds, invert it again to a D root. So you'll see the timing when I play it to speed. I think it sounds cool. You need the pedal to make it ring out. So I'll play to speed. Just adds a bit of drama. Now, from here, you go into the chorus. As you can hear, it's a bit of a lead in. Now with the chorus, we have 2 A's, 1, 2, 2 B minors, 3, 4, D second. So keep these top 2, drop this to A, whole bar. Going to go again, 2 A's, 2 B minors, 4 D's. This time, 2 A's, 2 B minors. This time, instead of the D second, you're sliding into a C sharp minor. C sharp, E, G sharp. 2 of these, 2 normal D's, 2 E sus, 2 E roots. Then you've got your again. So that's basically the chorus. So I'll now play that to speed. Now, from here, you repeat what you just did with the chorus. So it's another round, but only up to the E. So you're doing this again. So all of that is a part of the chorus. So basically, up to the end of all the D's, go round again, stop at the E root. You'll see it on the screen and the repeat between. Now, from here, it goes into a solo. Now, with the solo, you can basically do the intro again and add these next 2 chords, which I'll show you. I'll do the chords first and then I'll go back to the intro. F sharp minor over D, 2 of those. E root over D, E sus over E twice, 2 E's, then you're going to hold D over E for 2, and then hold E over E. Okay, so what I might do is play from the intro and add the end of the section. So that is the whole solo. Now the other option, that's the solo. The other option is you could just do the chord progression, but it sounds good. You can hear, if you listen, the intro is playing in the background. Now from here, you repeat the verse. You only do 1 set. You don't do twice. So then you repeat the pre-chorus, no changes whatsoever. You repeat the chorus up to the E root. Don't do the cool bit with the D's. And then you repeat the intro again, and then land simply on an A octave. So make sure you take screenshots of the order, because obviously there's a lot of repeating. It's a very cool song, a little bit challenging with the intro. Like I said, any questions, just send a message. Have fun with it, enjoy it, it's a ripper song. Have a great week. Thanks so much for subscribing, and I'll see you next week. Ciao.